Before the foundations of the world, before the sun, the moon, or the breath of man, a war broke out that would change the destiny of the universe forever. This conflict did not ignite on a battlefield of earth, but in the highest reaches of the heavens. This is the chronicle of the most beautiful creation, who was born of light but became the father of darkness. Lucifer. His name meant the morning star. He was not merely an angel, he was the masterpiece of the divine. Scripture tells us he was the model of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. His garments were adorned with every precious stone, ruby, topaz, and emerald set in gold. He was the anointed cherub, the guardian of the throne. Inside him, the very instruments of music, timbrels, and pipes were built into his being. He was a living orchestra of worship, but that very height, it became the cause of his catastrophic fall. Slowly, a dissonant note began to echo in the heavenly symphony. Lucifer stopped looking at the glory of his creator and began to stare at his own reflection. Pride, the first sin ever conceived, took root in his heart. He looked at his radiance and thought, "Why should I serve when I could be served?" In the silence of his spirit, he made 5 fateful decrees. I will ascend to heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit on the mount of the assembly. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. He did not rebel alone. With a tongue laced with silver lies, he whispered into the ears of the heavenly host. He promised them a new kingdom, a false freedom. And incredibly, 1/3 of the stars of heaven, 1/3 of the angels followed him into the shadows. The celestial realm was torn in two. The peace of eternity was shattered by the sound of an approaching storm. Then, the silence of heaven was broken by the clash of steel and the roar of spiritual fire. War broke out in heaven. On one side stood the dragon, the twisted form of the once beautiful Lucifer and his legions of fallen spirits. On the other side stood the commander of the heavenly host, Michael. Michael, whose very name was a battle cry, Michael, who is like God. The pride of a creature was now facing the fury of the Creator's most loyal warrior. The confrontation was unlike anything the universe had ever witnessed. Light collided with darkness. Michael's blade, forged in divine justice, struck against the malice of the rebel. Lucifer fought with all his brilliance and all his hate, but a creature can never overcome its creator. His light flickered and died. His beauty withered into the scales of an ancient serpent. The dragon and his angels fought back, but they were not strong enough, and they lost their place in heaven. With one final decisive blow, Michael cast the dragon out. He fell. Like a bolt of lightning, the morning star was stripped of his glory and hurled into the abyss. Jesus say, "I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven." He fell through the dimensions, past the stars he once led, down to the shadows of the earth. He was cast out of the mountain of God, a disgraced king in a kingdom of dust. The war in the heavens ended, but the battle for the soul of man had just begun. The enemy is defeated, but he is restless, for he knows his time is short. Yet, the cry of Michael still echoes through the ages, a reminder that no power, no beauty, and no pride can ever stand against the Almighty. For in the end, there is only one throne and only one king.